Boulder's regulations for young people come under the microscope. Is it legal to ban them from hanging out in large groups?
We feel like we're not heard or listened to, and we're more treated as a problem to be dealt with.
The president announces millions of tests for U.S. schools while blasting a New York Times report about his tax returns.
It's totally fake news.
And Broncos country is reeling from 3 straight losses to start the year. Head coach Vic Fangio promises a different result Thursday night.
It's a tough time. We've got to fight through it. We got to keep pounding.
The family of Adams County Deputy Heath Gum, killed in the line of duty nearly 2 years ago, is going through the pain of a murder trial for a second time this year.
The alleged killer, Dreyon Deering, listened in court today as Deputy Gum's partner took the stand. Deering's first trial back in April was declared a mistrial, partially because of COVID, partially because of the state's recent ban on the death penalty.
Denver7 Sean Toll listened to opening statements and an emotional day of testimony.
A long day in court as the trial for Dreyon Deering finally got underway Monday morning. But it was the end of the day that brought the most details, with the testimony of Adams County Sheriff Deputy William Booker, who was on scene with Deputy Gum the night of January 24th, 2018. Gum and Booker were responding to a burglary call when they encountered Dreyon Deering, who fit the suspect description. Booker spent hours on the stand describing the chase, which went through multiple backyards and ended in the fatal shooting. Gum's last words to the suspect: "Please don't be stupid." Booker didn't see Deputy Gum get shot. He didn't know he had been until he found him on the ground. Those last words were how the district attorney began opening statements. The DA went on to lay out the case against Deering, seen here from a previous court appearance as there are no cameras allowed during the trial. The DA said Deputy Gum was already on the ground when some shots hit him. The defense argues that Deering was acting in self-defense. They claim Gum shot first, and that Deering was on the ground shooting wildly as he feared for his life. His defense will also claim bias from the detectives who arrested him later that night, hiding in a treehouse. Deputy Gum's sister also took the stand Monday. She did not hold back her emotion, talking about the brother she lost and what he meant to her and their family. Sean Toll, Denver7.
A 6-day volunteer search for answers in the disappearance of Suzanne Morphew is coming up empty. Today was day 5. The first 4 days turned up several leads, and there were rumors of a discovery, but nothing related to Suzanne's disappearance, according to a release from the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office. The mother of 2 disappeared on Mother's Day. Chaffee County deputies have never identified a suspect in her disappearance. And tonight, a Westminster man is formally charged with sexually assaulting multiple women in Jefferson County. Joseph Vanek is accused of assaulting women he picked up along Colfax over the past 6 months. He currently faces a total of 18 counts. Jefferson County deputies say there may be additional victims.
Today, prosecutors formally charged 32-year-old Jose Rodriguez with negligent child abuse resulting in death. Rodriguez's 3-year-old child was shot in the head by an older sibling at their Commerce City home on July 16th. Rodriguez, a prior offender, is also being charged for owning the gun. The body of a woman in her 40s was found in a field about 15 miles east of the Pueblo County Airport on Sunday. The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office is calling this death suspicious. Deputies are asking anyone with any information to come forward.
Our state reported 411 new cases of coronavirus today, and that is our lowest single-day case count in nearly 2 weeks. 246 hospital beds are being used by virus patients. That number has remained fairly flat over the past couple of months and is well below overall capacity.
Boulder County said it banned young people from gathering to keep everybody safe. Some of those young people say it wasn't safe or fair.
And they told Denver7's Ivan Rodriguez they aren't convinced what the county did is legal.
Since Boulder County's public health order last week not allowing people between the ages of 18 to 22 to gather, students have spoken out in droves.
We fully acknowledge that there have been students that haven't been following public health guidelines, and that is unfortunate, but that is a small minority compared to the students that actually care for this community.
Catherine Adams says many students and parents were concerned with safety and not being able to walk with someone else.
A lot of young women can attest to the fact that we don't feel safe walking around Boulder at night, and a lot of students don't have cars, and we just feel that the city of Boulder hasn't really taken our interest into account.
It turns out public health officials were listening. They've amended the order to allow up to 2 people in this age range to be together. But for 21-year-old Daniel Llewellyn, who already graduated CU and still lives in Boulder, the order isn't only unfair, it's unconstitutional.
I didn't realize until my roommate and I went to a restaurant and they carted us at the front entrance and told us they couldn't serve us. They're calling out this small group of people, 18 to 22, when some of us are being more careful than some of the, 30, 40, 50-year-olds out there.
We understand that this is a really difficult time for young adults in the 18 to 20-year-old age group. It doesn't feel fair. It's not fair. Unfortunately, the data shows us that this is where the transmission is happening, and we need to stop that spread to protect people in this age group as well as everyone else in the community.
At the same time, the Boulder County Attorney's Office says the order falls within public health's legal authority to address the public health crisis.
It's just another overreach from government.
So far, 1,600 people at CU have tested positive for COVID-19. It's unclear if Boulder County Public Health will extend the order past October 8th. Ivan Rodriguez, Denver7.
Parents of Denver students have until midnight to sign their kids up for in-person learning this semester, if they choose. Now, this is for students in 6th through 12th grades only. If no choice is made, students will automatically be enrolled in remote classes for the remainder of the semester. RTD says a system outage put the brakes on several commuter rail lines this morning. The A, B, G, and N lines all suffered from service disruptions between 6 and 8 o'clock this morning. Now, things are back to normal now. RTD is looking into the cause of that outage.
The city of Longmont could ban late fees on rent for people who are affected by COVID. Sponsors of this proposal would like to ban late fees for as long as the federal ban on evictions stays in place. Right now, that federal ban ends at the end of this year. City Council will debate the measure tomorrow, and a final vote could take place in October.
Aurora police believe 2 people intentionally set more than a half-dozen fires along the Highline Canal in Aurora today. None of those fires threatening any buildings. Aurora police have not made any arrests or sent out a description of those suspects.
And auto thefts are happening in Denver twice as often as they did last year. And thieves stole more vehicles in September than in any other month from the last 4 years. This according to data from the Metro Auto Theft Task Force. The same data shows a steady increase in auto theft since the pandemic hit in March.